Good evening. I'm not much of a gardener, really. And this morning I was giving my window boxes a good watering when my next-door neighbour rushed round looking very concerned and told me to stop. I said, am I over-watering them? He said, no, I'm just worried the urine will kill the plants and you might fall off the sill. Joining me tonight are two teams who lost their opening matches and are now quizzing to stay in the competition. They are, on my right, Liz Kirkham, a highways network manager who is directly descended from El Cid. Molly Kirkham, Liz's daughter, who is directly descended from El Cid. And their captain, Zach Tyler, a junior doctor who attended a wedding at the Italian embassy. United by a reverence for rugby union, they are the Scrummagers. In your first match, Zach, you had quite a gruesome round one, but then a great wall. Was that, do you think, how the topics fell, or you just took time to warm up?
I think it was a little bit of both, but we've been doing a bit of warming up pre-show this time, so hopefully we'll be ready to go.
Good luck. This time you are facing, on my left, Nash Zobbo, a junior doctor who enjoys canal walking. Phoebe Watts, a mezzo-soprano who once left her mother in an escape room. And their captain, Jonathan Paxton, a TV platform controller who once performed a dance routine for royalty. United in adoring Arthur Conan Doyle, they are the Irregulars. Now, Jonathan, you lost your first game in a very close-run thing against the Crute family. What looms large for you when you remember that game?
I seem to remember realising we were in need of points, pressing the button on the missing vowel and just gibberish coming out of my mouth.
Nash, I remember you got the music question right based on your knowledge of Radio 4 panel shows. I was very impressed by that. What's your favourite Radio 4 show?
It would probably be John Finnemal's souvenir programme.
Very nice. Well, I'm afraid to say 3 of you are going home this evening. Let's find out who by playing the quiz. Irregulars, you won the toss, but you're putting your opponents in first. Scrummagers, please choose an Egyptian hieroglyph.
Could we have lion, please?
Yes, you could. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Oh, is it things in the Alanis Morissette song? Like,
Oh, isn't it ironic?
yeah, isn't it ironic? Do you want to get another?
Yeah, can we go next, please?
No idea if that fits. I don't think so.
Is that from that's from an opening of something? Is it an opening sequence of something?
Okay, yes, could be credits. 2 dogs.
Should we say next? Can we say next, please?
No, I don't know that.
Can we go next, please? Any ideas on this one?
2 seconds.
Is it the opening sequence from a television show?
It is not. Although, good guess, but not the answer, I'm afraid. Irregulars, do you know?
These are Alfred Hitchcock cameos.
They're cameos from Alfred Hitchcock. He liked to make little appearances in his own films. Which films could you name?
The first one, I think, is North by Northwest.
Yes, it is.
Boarding a train, is that Strangers on the Train?
It is. The Pet Shop one is The Birds.
Okay.
And then The Silhouette, that's his last film, Family Plot. In Rope, he's just in silhouette as well. I mean, whether one wants to have a distinctive silhouette, I don't know. To be recognised just by your body shape, I think, could be a sort of worrying thing. Do you know where he appears in a lifeboat?
In a lifeboat?
Well, no. See, that's the tricky thing about that film. The characters are just... I mean, I can see why you would guess that. But it's just the characters in a lifeboat at sea. There's no one else in it. No, he's in an advert in the paper as the before and after for slimming pills. Cameos by Alfred Hitchcock. Well done. You get the bonus. And what question would you like?
Let's do water, please.
Water. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Narnia and Donkey.
It talks.
Mr. Thomas, wasn't it?
It talks. It's a horse with his boy.
OK. Next, please. That's Rebus. That's the name of a puzzle, isn't it? A Rebus.
Oh, Puddle's the name of the donkey.
Puzzle is the name of the donkey?
Yes,
OK,
puzzle.
OK. They're all named after puzzles.
Very well done. Coming in after 2 clues, I'm going to give you 3 points. Let's have a look at all the clues. What names can you give me?
Saw is Jigsaw, isn't it?
Puzzle is the donkey.
Puzzle is the donkey. The Edinburgh-based detective...
Rebus.
That's Rebus.
And
who dares say the last clue? Can you tell me over there?
Tom Riddle.
It is Tom Riddle. Tom Marvolo Riddle. And it's an anagram. Other anagrams you could have made. Mortal Doom Drivel. or mild Dartmoor vole? That's not so
Great.
frightening, is it? Names all puzzles. Well buzzed. Scrummagers, what would you like?
Can we have the Eye of Horus, please?
The Eye of Horus. I'm afraid it's a music question. You'll be hearing your clues. What connects them? Here's the first.
I saw a farmhouse burning down in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the night. We rolled right
don't
past
know.
that tragedy.
Go the next, please.
Anything, Mum?
No, absolutely nothing.
So next, please.
Big blue eyes, pointy nose, chasing
That's what does the fox say, isn't it? I think. Is it?
tiny
Maybe,
paws.
yeah.
Next, please.
You told me it was hot,
That was a hound dog. Hound dog.
Oh, so
2 seconds.
So they all contain animals in the dog family.
It is the dog family that connects these clues. Very well done. What did you recognise?
I think just what does the fox say?
And hound dog.
Oh, what was it?
Hound dog
And
at the
hound
end.
dog.
And hound dog at the end. That second clue, quite an obscure bit they played. That's Peter and the Wolf. And I think the reason you might not have recognised it, it's the wolf's theme. That's why they chose that bit. It's not necessarily the most recognisable bit. Our first one, Coyote, Joni Mitchell. All members of the dog family. Well done. Irregulars, what would you like?
Let's go Horned Viper, please.
OK, these are going to be picture clues. What connects them? Here's the first.
That is an elephant from the Jungle Book. Is it Colonel Happy? Colonel Happy, I think. OK, next, please. Is that Marlon Brando? He's Colonel. Yeah, they're Colonels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it.
They're all Colonels.
My goodness, you're turning this into a 2-clue format.
One of the greatest films ever made, The Jungle Book.
They are all colonels. Who else might we have seen?
Colonel Sanders.
Yes?
Colonel Mustard?
Colonel Mustard. Let's have a look at those friendly faces. All colonels. Very well done. Back to you, Scrummagers, for a choice.
2 reads, please.
2 reads. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Soft colour.
I don't know what that could be.
No, could be anything really.
Next, please.
Just eclair.
Is that what that means?
Eclair.
Oh, like literal translations of French
Yeah.
patisserie.
Possibly.
I don't. What's colour? Couleur. I don't know what.
Yeah.
Soft.
Don't know what
Should we
soft
go for
colour
it?
Yeah.
Or do you want to go take another one?
Take another one.
Take another
Next,
guess.
please.
Plie. Plie. Is it dance folds?
Slowly.
Is it dance steps?
Next, please.
2 seconds.
3.
No, I can.
know.
So these are translations of pastries.
They aren't, but that's an excellent idea for a question. Irregulars, do you want to have a go for a bonus
Do I have
point?
anything? Do I have anything? Are they terms from cricket?
Which ones are you thinking
I
of
thought-
particularly?
I thought clothing folds might be crease.
Oh, yes,
And
OK.
Dishes could be bowls.
Do you know, it's interesting. I discussed this with the question editors, because when I saw clothing folds, I thought of creases. It's supposed to be pleats. So apparently it's just me. I should iron my clothes more. But I'm glad you thought the same. Pleats. Lightest in colour.
Anagram.
They're anagrams. Soft colour, pastel. Lightest in colour, palest. Clothing folds, pleats. And dishes,
Plates.
plates. They are anagrams. You're absolutely right. It was a word thing, but it was anagrams. Back to you, Irregulars, for the last question. The twisted flax. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Okay, he's the assistant or host.
Yeah,
Okay,
wear
yeah.
glasses.
Also got the fake laptop.
Sorry?
The laptop that doesn't
Yeah.
work.
Next. I don't know, is that a show? Okay. Next, please. Little friend. Yeah, they're friends, aren't they? Tony Martin is Taylor's my little friend. So Richard Pudding's
Oh, yes,
friend.
little
yeah.
friend. Yeah.
They're all friends.
They are all friends. You didn't need to see the last clue. MPs in your party who are privy councillors, my right honourable friend. And what would you call an MP in your party who wasn't a privy councillor?
Honourable friend. I don't
That's
know.
just my honourable friend. And what if it's someone from a different party?
Do you still have to call them your honourable friend?
No, because then it's not your friend. Then it's just the honourable gentleman or the honourable lady, not friends. Richard Osman is the pointless friend. Lila, my brilliant friend. It's a novel. I think it's also been adapted for the screen. Elena Ferrante is the pseudonymous author. And Tony Montana, what's that from?
Scarface.
Say hello to my little friend.
Menacing. That means at the end of round 1, the Irregulars have 9 points, the Scrummagers have 1. Sequences time now, and you needn't get complacent. The Scrummagers like to start slow and then they suddenly get loads of points, so I wouldn't relax if I were you. Your turn to go first again. Scrummagers, which hieroglyph would you like?
Go with the Eye of Horus, please.
The Eye of Horus. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Olympia, where the goats are.
Yeah.
Mount Olympia, yeah.
Where the horse show is.
Yeah,
Things like that.
Next, please.
Right, so it's definitely Greek.
Is this something to do with the...
Where do they end up?
Trials of Heracles. Next, please. No,
Is it the locations of the seven wonders?
Yeah.
So it's the fourth of the
So is
seven.
it going to be the oldest or the
So the
most
pyramids?
recent?
Let's go for the pyramids, because it's the easy ones.
Yeah, it's
the
probably
pyramids.
So you need to say Giza?
Yeah.
Oh, that's where they are, isn't it?
Yeah.
Giza.
The answer is an absolute geezer. You're quite right. What's this sequence?
We think it's the 7 wonders of the world, but I'm not sure exactly in which order they are.
It's in order of the oldest. It's the locations of the wonders of the world going backwards towards Giza. How old do you think that is?
Very.
Yeah, 3000 BC, something like
Yeah,
that.
that kind of thing. 2500 BC, something like that. And it's actually the only one
Only one
that
still
survives
standing,
to the
yeah.
present day. Some people at home might be saying Babylon didn't exist. Hanging Gardens of Babylon sort of myth. So how can you put it in a sequence? If it did exist, we're assuming maybe about 600 BC, so it would be in that space. Irregulars, what would you like?
Can we go Horned Viper again? please?
Yes, you can. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Which tears and milk, isn't it? So, okay. Next, please. Okay, so is it keyboard? No.
In front of it, Mountain Dew, UHD.
Next, please.
Oh, country codes or Delaware, like states.
No, they would be 2 letters.
Oh.
I can't see.
Oh, it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday backwards. Yes.
So
Monday. so
N-O-M.
N-O-M.
N-O-M. Nasha?
N-O-M.
Nom nom nom. That is the right answer. You suddenly spotted it. Yes. Very well done. What's happening here?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, backwards.
It's just days of the week. And I enjoyed watching, as so often happens on this show, you go off down some arcane road of knowledge, of country codes and this and that. No, it's just days of the week. Well done. Back to you, Scrummagers. What would you like?
Can we have 2 reads, please?
2 reads. What will come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
They were a band, and they were... it's going to be something with 11 letters in it. Next, please. That's a time? Something that happens
Yeah,
at that
national
time?
thing. No idea.
National anthem.
I don't know what feeder and they're doing a bit linked or...
No, to the next one. Next, please.
English football, 4-2. Is it like the divisions or something? But then what would be the fourth one? Feeder, national, English football. They get...
2 seconds.
Anthems.
Okay, anthems.
I need to know what would come forth in the sequence.
Yeah, sorry, anthems bracket 6.
Ah, not it, I'm afraid. Irregulars, do you know?
Premier 1.
That is the answer. What's going on here?
It's different levels of the Football League pyramid in England.
That's right. It's enormously complicated. I mean, I think you found my least favourite question of the game. It's a sort of pyramid, and again, we're going sort of upwards. So there's 11... I'm already giving up. But it somehow it goes upwards, and we had if 4-2 somehow includes the first division, even though it's 4-2, and then 1, it's not the first division, it's the Premiership. I didn't really, but, you know, well done. You can have a bonus point. What would you like for your own question?
Twisted Flax, please.
Twisted Flax, what will come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
That's AD, isn't it? Is it AD? Yeah. Next, please.
Yeah.
AD, BC.
A. Before Christ,
Yeah.
then the year of Christ, then A.
Do you want to see next?
It might just be
Let me
A.
get it on. Next, please.
Oh, yeah, so before Christ is BC. Oh, is it BCE? BCE for Order of Companion.
Companion of the Order of Bath.
Is a CDE like an OBE? Is it a CDE?
2 seconds.
B, something that's just...
Something should be.
No.
I can't let you debate, please. I need an answer.
ABC.
Not it, I'm afraid. So it's a bonus chance for you. Scrummagers, do you know?
Go for it.
Before the Common Era.
That's not it either. All it is one sequence of the first 4 letters of the alphabet going forwards and the other going backwards. So it's AD, BC, Companion of the Order of the Bath, CB. So ABC at the front, DCB at the back. I need something that means DA.
District Attorney.
So go forwards to D and backwards to A, District Attorney, for example. Scrummagers, what would you like next?
Water, please.
Water. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Great. Next, please.
Balls of fire. So something with fire.
So, Greek fire? So Greek and then a
Greek
gap.
and a gap. Yeah, that'll do. Yes.
Greek and then a gap.
And why would that be?
Greek fire.
I will accept that answer. We've gone with chariots of blank. And what's the sequence?
It's Great Balls of Fire.
It's simply Great Balls of Fire. You didn't fall for any tricks. You went to think of Little Britain and Round Britain. No, you knew it was great. And then Ed Balls of Mice and Men, so something that could go before fire. Coming in after 2 clues, you get 3 points. Well done. Your turn now. Last question of the round, the lion question. What would come forth in this picture sequence? Here's the first.
So, glass of wine, red wine. Next, please. So he's giving it out. So, glass out, wine out.
Is that direction the arrows?
That's he's giving him his out, so that's definitely out. And next, please. Red out, star.
Star. Red wine, point, star.
Red wine,
Point.
out. Glass
Activity.
out, white, star.
Cup. Cup, pointed, star.
Chalice. Any ideas?
2 seconds.
Any ideas? We'll go with a cloud.
For what reason?
Clouds are nice.
They are nice, but I'm afraid you've not persuaded me that's a sequence. So, Scrummagers, you've got a chance for bonus point.
We'll go a picture of a house.
A picture of a house is what we've got. And why is that?
It's port out, starboard home.
That's exactly right. Port out, starboard home. And this is the sort of probably a myth that the etymology or the derivation of the word posh, it was this idea that on a ship, if you were port on the way out and starboard on the way back, you get a nicer view. So that's what rich people got, and so it's almost certainly not where it came from.
It's a backronym, but
Or was the one for golf is gentlemen only, ladies forbidden, isn't it?
Yeah.
That I think they came up with after.
Yeah.
Well, very well spotted. You get the bonus point. And that means at the end of round 2, the Irregulars have 12 points, the Scrummagers have 7. Time for the connecting wall, and you'll be going first this time, Irregulars. So please choose lion or water.
We'll go lion, please.
OK, you have 2.5 minutes to solve the lion wall, starting now.
OK, we've got Liz Truss, Liz Dawn, Liz Kendall, Liz Truss, Donnie Darko is a thing, Lockheads, that's spelled weirdly.
Sanctuary, haven,
Yeah.
asylum, like safe place,
Yeah.
refuge.
Refuge, OK, and any others? Oasis.
Yeah. What else? Dancing.
That's all right.
Is it a word one after?
Yeah, Lockhead looks very weird to me.
Yeah.
Kendall.
Darko.
Donnie Darko springs to
Yeah,
mind.
okay.
It begins dark. Truss, Liz, Liz,
French. Oasis, the band.
Liz, any other Lizzes?
Inspect.
Big break, big.
Dancing. Inspector Morse. Inspector Calls.
Yeah, so Sanctuary is a song, isn't it? I don't know. Breakwater,
Break glass. Break.
Lucky Break. You can break and cut. Liz Kendall, Liz Truss, Liz Dawn, any other Lizzes?
Can you break and cut in a game?
Point Break, Oasis are a band. Dancing on Ice, Strictly Come Dancing, Refuge, Haven.
Oasis. Kendall mint cake.
Liz Lockhead, is that
Just a
a,
minute.
is that a thing? Liz Fair,
Safe places.
Haven Refuge,
Yeah, just
Oasis, Fair, is that one?
Fairs,
You can get catch a break, you can return ticket. New Dawn, Lucky Break, Lucky Dawn, Oasis. Donnie Darko, that's the thing, isn't it? Dark. Really struggling with that.
Just
Running out of
what, just
time.
like random.
Yeah.
Maybe some of the lizards and put
Yeah.
some things in there. Point. Oasis is a drink.
Can we try Lizzie's?
Liz. Trust, Dawn.
10 seconds.
Kendall, any other Lizzie's?
Fair,
Lockhead.
maybe sounds like Surname, Haven.
Liz Cut. Liz Break.
Defeated by the wall. Our first of the series, but the first of many, I don't doubt. Unlucky. But I think you'll know some of them. So let's see what you can tell me about the connections. Let's resolve the wall. There we are. Dawn, break, Darko, dancing.
Dirty.
Not it, although that means you know that they are the second words of film titles.
With
And
Patrick
actually,
Swayze,
for
and I said Point
specificity,
Break, yeah.
they are films with Patrick Swayze in them. Dirty Dancing, Donnie Darko, Point Break and Red Dawn or Steel Dawn he was into.
Yeah.
And the next group, Inspector, Cut, Return, Haven.
Tax.
You can put tax before all of them. And the next group, Sanctuary, Oasis, Refuge, Asylum.
They're all places of safety.
That's right, and you were doing those, but you gave up on that group. That is the places of safety. And the last group, Lockhead, Fair, Truss and Kendall.
Liz.
They are the Lizzes, and you don't know the Scottish poet Liz Lockhead, and Liz Fair is a singer. So you were defeated by the actual grid, but you gave me 3 connections. Very well done. Let's bring in their opponents now. Give them the other wall, the water wall. See how they get on. Scrummagers, you have 2.5 minutes to solve your wall. Starting now.
Okay, Carol with 2 R's and 2 L's is Lewis Carroll, isn't it?
Okay.
Yes.
What else was I going to... Oh, there's birds. There's spoonbill, crane, egret, stork,
Heron.
ibis, heron. So there's quite a
Okay,
lot
so
of
go.
those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we go back and look at some other
I
stuff?
think things that Kate Blanchett was in.
Oh, yeah,
Veronica
Blue
Guerin,
Jasmine.
Elizabeth,
Blue Jasmine, Elizabeth.
and one other one.
Yeah. Cinderella. Anything else?
No.
Trailer?
Try Carol.
Carol?
I don't know.
No? Anything
Try
else?
Kaufman. I don't know about that one, but... OK, we'll come back to
Okay,
that.
so spoonbill, stork. So we're definitely birds. Trellick.
Andy
ibis.
Kaufman, Andy Garcia.
Okay,
Andy-
yeah. Andy Carroll was a
Andy Carroll,
footballer.
yeah.
What was the other one you
Andy
said? Andy Trellick?
No.
No. Andy
Garcia. Andy
Crane.
Crane.
Great.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
So we've lost crane. So let's go heron, ibis, egret,
Stork.
spoonbill. So miss out stork, miss out spoonbill, miss out heron. Okay, great.
3 lives now.
So we think. Who
Look
did you
for a
think?
word one.
Who did you think was in certain something?
So it's Kate Blanchett
Okay.
films. So that definitely Elizabeth,
Elizabeth.
Veronica Guerin.
Yeah, and
And you said
Blue
Blue
Jasmine,
Jasmine, didn't you?
Yeah.
So what we're left with, we've got 5 left.
Yeah.
Heron, Carol. Can you see a word one?
No, I can't see anything.
Hero, Caro, Trell, just BT.
Beauty Tower. Cinderella Story.
Do you know anything about Trellick?
Lewis Carroll. Nick.
I'm betting on Carol.
Should I make a
don't you
guess?
Yeah, give it a go.
Okay,
Okay, so
we're
what,
gonna-
what should I guess for the films?
Did you try Cinderella before?
Yeah,
I
we
think
did
so,
try.
yeah.
Okay.
Try BT.
Yeah.
30 seconds.
And I'm pretty sure I told you to do Carol, so
Yeah,
maybe
I definitely tried that.
Trellick then? I
I think I might have. I don't know. I might have
Try
tried
Heron.
Trellick. Should I try Heron?
Trellick.
I think I might
One
have
more
tried
go.
Trellick.
Yeah, it's worth a go now, I think.
Yeah. So Elizabeth and Trellick, we think.
Yeah.
That's not it. That's your 3 lives. The wall has frozen, but you found 2 groups. What about the connections? Carol, Kaufman and so on?
So we think they're famous Andys.
They are the Andys. Andy Crane, a children's TV presenter. And the next group, starting Ibis or Ibis.
They're birds.
Those are the birds. And you can still get points for the connections in the groups you didn't find, so let's resolve the wall. Here we go. Carol, Cinderella, Blue Jasmine, and so on.
Are those Kate Blanchett films?
Those are films with Kate Blanchett. And the last group, Heron, Elizabeth, B.T. Trellick.
That could be a tower or towers.
Yeah, try
Oh,
tower.
yeah, so they're towers.
They are all towers. And you put Elizabeth always in the group with Kate Blanchett, where she is, of course, in that film. But it's the tower where Big Ben is.
Oh.
So you found two groups. You gave me all the connections. That's a total of 6 points. Let's see what that does to the overall scores. The Irregulars have 15 points. The Scrummagers have 13 points. And if you'd like to take part in this tense game, why not go to the website bbc.co.uk/onlyconnect to find out how to apply. Obviously, you can't take part in this game, but maybe another one next series. Pretty close, then, going into the missing vowels. You did this last time, Scrummagers. A slow round one, catching up on the wall. This time, we are voweling to stay in the competition. Fingers on buzzers, teams. I can tell you that the first group of disguised clues are all Eurovision slogans. Irregulars?
Join us.
Correct. Scrummagers?
All aboard.
Yes, it is. Scrummagers?
Building bridges.
Yes, it is. Don't know this one. We are one. Next category, shipwrecks. Scrummagers?
The Mary Rose.
Correct. Scrummagers?
The Spanish Armada.
Not all of it. Scrummagers?
The Titanic.
Correct. Irregulars?
The Lusitania.
Correct. Next category, good TV comedies gone bad. Irregulars?
The Bad Life.
Well done. Irregulars?
Badness Gracious Me.
Congratulations. Scrummagers?
Russell Howard's Bad News.
Yes, it is. Irregulars?
Good Nights with...
I'm afraid that's not it. Scrummagers, do you know?
Bad Night Sweetheart.
Yes, it is. Next category, they have used rupees as currency. Irregulars?
India.
India is correct, and I'm glad it's the end of the quiz because I can't take the tension. Looking at the final scores, the winners and still in the competition with 20 points are the Scrummagers. Irregulars, you've got 19, just 1 point behind. I'm so sorry. You've been a brilliant team. Thanks so much for playing, and we'll see you later in the competition. Oh, my goodness. Join me again if you dare for Only Connect, the show that's more maddening than trying to sort out Erno Rubik's sock drawer. Good night.